Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last episode, making an EVA foam World of Warcraft axe part 1, we knocked out all the pieces for this whole top assembly. You saw us layer up and carve out the blades, and you saw us layer up and carve out the center bracket section. But we didn't assemble anything yet, all right? And I believe we also even created the spacer that's going to go in between the bracket. But now, in this episode, making an EVA foam World of Warcraft axe part 2, we're going to put everything together. We're going to craft out this intricate handle. We're going to do our 2 bone pieces. We're going to get the whole thing built, the whole thing assembled right now. Going to be awesome, and it's going to be a ton of work, but easy. You can totally nail this. So, if you're ready to hit it, let's make something. We're going to come in with our usual angled cut that we do, straight in from the side, right through to this opening, then right there, and it comes out. And there we go. That's it. Same exact technique. Now we're just going to go all across these and do the same thing. That easy. Let's seal it. Sweet, man. That looks good. All right. We're going to draw some contact cement lines right now. We're going to line up with this tip right down here. We're going to right there. And now let's line that up. All right, that's pretty sharp right there. I like it. Bend it all the way around the piece to get everything where you want it, corner to corner. And right there, and right there. Wow! All right, let's position it. There it is, and let's bring it around here, make sure we're right where we gotta be, and we are. Bing. Total contact all the way around the whole entire edge, no gaps. All right, now let's double check. Remember, we built this spacer out of a 24 and a 12. Let's make sure it's supposed to be the exact same width as this, which is 1 1/4 inches. And then here we are, ooh, that's too wide. See, that's a mistake. That's 1 1/2 inches. We need the spacer to be the same width as our blade, which is 1 1/4. So let's make a 1 1/4 inch wedge. Now we've got the proper thickness. The thickness of this wedge is the same thickness as these blades right here. It's going to go right in the middle. All right, that's looking pretty darn tight. There and there. And we're going to do this side first. We're going to line up the top edge right there and right there. And now we're lined up at the bottom. Okay, now we're not going to connect here. All right, we're connected down. Now we're going to line this up right here and here, so we have great contact there. Nice. Now let's come over to this side. We've got here and here. There it is, in there tight. Fits like a glove. Now we've got a flat top. All right. There's our tip lined up there and there and there. Oh my gosh, is that cool. It's absolutely crazy insane. Look at that thing. Wow. And again, this was so super easy. Every detail on here is totally doable, man. You can totally nail this. Look at that thing. Wow. Holy cow. Now we're going to do our little base and our spike that's going to sit on top of the base. And we want this to be 2 inches thick, so we've got a 24 and a 24. We're going to... All right, there we go. We've got it cut out. Now, as we said, we're going to bevel this, okay? So we're going to bevel it from this bottom corner up to this line right here. All right, so let's get our dust mask on. All right, there we go. Got a slight little taper there. Oh, so slight. All right, let's come in with our 220 real light. Let's just hit the edge just to clean it up a little bit more. Oh yeah. There we go. 2 inches. Let's go knock that out on the bandsaw. Okay, now we are going to shape this there. All right, there you go. Now we're going to go over to the bandsaw and we're going to knock that out. Yeah, check it out. Pretty simple stuff. We did 2 cuts. Did one side, did the side cut, rolled it over, did the top cut, and now we've got our spike shaped out. Now we're just going to round it off, okay? So what we're going to do is this. We're going to come in, we're going to make a circle on here. Just like that. All right, we're coming in with our super rough bit. Got our mask on. All right, now we're going to get our smooth bit out. We're going to clean this up. That's looking mighty nice. And then it's going to sit right on that little base, just like that. Now, but first, we're going to do a bevel all the way around the bottom. Okay, now we're all shaped up pretty nice. We drew some lines on here. Now we're going to use our X-Acto knife and do the same cutting detail we did on our blades. All right, so we're going to come in. Now be careful with your hand. You want to go slow. You want to come in, start your cut. Don't go towards your fingers. Come around to the bottom and stop right there. Now spin it around. Start from this end. Get it started. There we go. Follow it along and go right to your line, and then let's pull it out. There you go. Go right to the end, peel it out. There you have it. That is cool. And just keep going all the way around. That is nice. All right, let's heat it up. There we go. All right. Now we're going to begin starting our handle, okay? Now this should be totally easy, but there's a lot of planning that went into it, okay? We've got all of our 7 circles that we're going to need for our handle. And if you noticed, we have 4 of them have a square drawn around them and 3 don't, okay? And they're all numbered 1 through 7. The reason we did that is this, okay? Here is a detailed reference guide to how we're going to do this, all right? We've got them numbered 1 through 7. Now what's going to happen is some of these are just going to be regular circles. Some of them are going to be cut on an angle, okay? So we mapped out the ones that are circled, 1, 3, 5, and 6 are the ones here that have a square around them, 1, 3, 5, and 6, all right? Now 2, 4, and 7, they do not, okay? Those don't have an angled cut on them. All right, so we're setting up to do that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cut all of these lines out on the scroll saw. We're going to cut out our 3 circles and we're going to cut out our squares. Two, 4, and 7, which on our guide here don't need to have an angled cut. 2, 4, and 7. All right, so those are in good shape. Now the other ones, 1, 3, 5, and 6, those do need to have an angle cut on them. That's fine. Okay, now what we did, if you noticed, number 1 has an angle at the bottom. So we transferred our angle over, and we're going to cut it off on an angle first. And this is the part we're going to keep. That's why we marked it with an X. 3 is a skinny piece with a steep angle on one side, so there's that cut. 5 has one angle on it, right there, and number 6 has a drastic angle on it right there. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna be able to send these through the bandsaw standing up and cut off our angles. But we're gonna keep the piece we cut so that we can set it on top of it when we spin it around to do the cut. All right, so we're going to go over and we're going to knock these angles off on the bandsaw. Okay, there we go. We've got them all cut apart, but we're keeping this bottom piece to all of them. Okay, now what we did was we put a tiny little piece of double stick tape under each one. It'll just enough to hold it in place while we're sending it through the scroll saw. All right. That's it. Let's do them all. Now we just peel it off. All right, here we go. Now let's take a look, see how we did. All right, here's number 1 right here. We should be perfect with that angle right there. Here is number 3. We should be perfect with that angle. Nice. And number 5, let's see, that's this way, right in there. That's perfect. And finally, number 6, which goes right in like that. All right, then you just roll it like that to get the tape off. Okay, now we're going to come in here on number 5, and we want to bevel an edge, okay? Because if you look right here, on piece number 5, we've got this line indicating a bevel, all right? So we're going to come in here. All right, there we go. All right, number 3 does not need any beveling, so that's done and ready to go. Number 1 does not need any beveling. That's ready to go. Number 6 has beveling, and number 4 has beveling, and so do these. All right, we're going to make a mark around the inside of every one of these that we're going to be beveling, because we're going to want to follow that mark. Let's do it. All right, there we go. Slight bevel. Now we're just going to keep going, and we're going to do that on both sides of these, all right? That's it.
just like that. We want a flat bevel. We're just going to keep doing it on both sides of these. All right, there we go. Check that out. Wow, that is a perfect match to our template, just like that. So we've got 1 through 5, and we've got 6 and 7. All right, there we go. We're just going to go around all of our bevels, just like that. Let's just do a few at a time. All right, we'll do these 3 first. Let them dry. And we're just centered. Let's get it the way we need to get it, right here. Nice. All right, now while those are drying, we're going to come in here with our 36 millimeter foam dowel, and we're going to knock it off here and here on the bandsaw. All right, there we go. 36 millimeter, 90-degree ends. Let's set that right there. These are almost dry. Look at that, man. That's a jamming handle right there. Wow. And, all right, we're going to add a little bit of support to our handle. Just a little bit. Just so it's go up inside of this, probably about that far. Right, so we're going to make our mark right there. All right, and now we're going to put a piece of tape. Right. All right. That tells us where we want to stop when we're drilling in. All right, there we go. There's one hole there. And now we're going to make a hole in the center of here. All right, now we've got our 2 marks made. We're going to cut off right here. Get all around our dowel with our... We're going to slide it in, and we're going to make sure we're coating the inside wall. Okay, now we're going to let that dry. Some on this dowel now. We're spinning it around, and now we're going to slide it in. Wow, that's looking pretty cool, man. Love it. And that's just enough stability. Nice. Okay, here we go. We've got a bunch of 24 millimeter pieces and an 18. Okay. Right. Now, while we're waiting for that to dry, we can go ahead and cut these pieces out on the bandsaw. All right, now we're going to knock this out on the scroll saw. Okay, there we go. Here is our 1 3/4 middle piece. Here's our 1 thick end piece, and here is going to be our front piece. Slice right into the middle, like that. Perfect. just like that. And we're going to do the same technique we did before, where we're going to come in and we're going to stick our knife in and we're going to cut it on an angle right out the bottom. And we're going to come into this side and we're going to go right back up to the top of our line and we're going to pull it out. And we're going to do those all the way around both of these pieces. All right, there we go. Nice. Now, before we stick all this together, we're going to round these edges off. There we go. All right, there we go. Pretty nice. And then this is going to come in and attach right on here like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a curve right out of this piece so that it fits right on here nicely. Let's find the right circle. Just like that. All right, let's get our rough bit out. All right, look at that. That fits on there perfect. Wow. Thanks to our shaping, goes down on there tight. All right, we're coming towards the end. Okay, now what we did is we cut these kind of uneven, wavy 2mm strips, okay? And we're going to use these to wrap our handle. And you've seen us wrap handles before, Harley Quinn's mallet and a couple others, and we like to start it with a long tapered edge, like when you're wrapping a baseball bat or a golf club. We cut it on an angle and we'll line it up flush at the top just like that, and then we'll just follow it around. All right, we're going to get a little bit of super glue right on the end just like this. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to use this to start it. Okay, we're just going to start the wrap with our super glue. We are anchored. All right, now we're not going to use the super glue for the rest of it. What we're going to do is use our Sharpie, and we are going to, first of all, we're going to wrap this the way we want it. Trace all of our lines. All right, we're going to line it up at the top right there. Now we're just going to take our time, wrap it right around our handle. Okay, now we're going to stick it down. All right, there we go. All right, really simple stuff. Now we've got this extra little piece that we're going to start right here, right here. Let's make our mark here and here. All right, now let's test it out. This will go around here, and it'll hit the end, and it'll wrap around, and it'll be super jamming. All right, now let's do the same thing we did before. Let's anchor it. just like that. And we're going to line our edge up just like we talked about, like a baseball bat or a golf club. All right, now what we're going to do is we have our round bit right here on our Dremel. We're going to dent up a couple of these pieces. All right, so we got our dust mask on. All right, there we go. Look at that. Dented up all the way around these pieces right here. That is pretty cool with the round Dremel bit. Nice. Some denting in there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, with that last detail, using our Dremel with our round bit and bouncing around these sections to dent it up and everything, that brings the build portion of our World of Warcraft axe to a close. Bam! There it was. Like I said, tons of work, but easy. Totally doable. Everything went down perfectly. The thing is solid. Look at that. And tight. Looks great. We assembled everything at the top, crafted our handle, did our bone pieces. The way we had to do all these angle cuts on all these collars so that it lines up to look all like wonky like that. But super fun and super easy. So that was it. That concludes making an EVA foam World of Warcraft axe part 2. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.